Hello, my fellow nerds. Today is Tuesday. The weather is dark and gloomy here in Texas. It has been so long since I put out a podcast, and I am so sorry. First, Lily was sick. Then Bailey was sick. And as you can tell with the sound of my voice, I'm getting there too. It's just been allergies, but still, it's really getting to me. If you are new to my podcast, thank you so much. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for checking me out. I hope you stick around because it's a lot of fun. Well, maybe not like a lot of fun, but it's a cool little community that we've created. If you're returning to my podcast, thank you so much. You have no idea how much I love you and how much I appreciate every single one of you. And for those who have supported me, like, it just means the world to me. You have no idea. I have no intro, so I'm just going to tell you. This is the Nerd in Texas podcast. I talk about movies, TV shows, books, and a sprinkle of video games. Mainly just Fortnite, but I have been getting into other games. Aren't y'all proud of me? I started playing Call of Duty Cold War because I love, like, the old school Call of Duty where you could, like, kill zombies and stuff. And so the new Cold War, you could kill zombies and stuff. So I love it. I'll talk more about that in a different podcast, maybe. In this podcast, I'm going to be talking about the season finale, or episode 6, of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, titled One World, One People. And then I'm going to tell you future podcast episodes that I'm going to be doing. If you could like, subscribe, comment, review on whatever platform you are listening to me, that would make a world of a difference. But not only would it make a world of a difference, but it lets me know you're listening to me. Like, I have so many listeners out there that I don't know you're listening to me. And I just want, just stop and say hi. Just stop and say hey. Just be like, hey, I listened to your podcast. This is how I feel about this. Or, I think your opinion's wrong. Just let me know you're listening to me. I love hearing from all of you. And so, here we go. Here we go on to our topic, which is Episode 6, season finale of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, called One World, One People. I am going to be talking about spoilers. So, here is your chance to back out right now. I'm going to talk really slow, so it gives you a chance to, get out of here and then get back on and listen to my podcast about the episode and let me know if you agree with me or not. I love it. Like I said, I love hearing from y'all. So here we go. To me, there's actually not a lot to say about this episode, but there's a lot to feel about this episode. This episode, hits you right in the feels, and one common theme of this episode / finale is closure. Like, a lot of the characters get the closure that they need. They get the character development that they need, and it's just one of those episodes where, everything comes together for all of them, and you're like, yeah. So it starts with Sam Wilson coming out as Captain America. He is Captain America. He gets the suit, he gets the wings that Wakanda gives him, and we're assuming that his suit and his wings and his armor are all made of vibranium. The majority of the episode is Sam, aka Captain America, and Bucky are trying to stop Carly in her plans with the Flag Smashers. So Sam spends most of his time proving that he is qualified to be Captain America. And, for this whole season, he's trying to prove that he's not qualified. I'm not Steve Rogers. I can't. This is a mighty big shield. And then he kind of finds out that the shield isn't what he thought it was going to be. And now he's like, you know what? I am supposed to be Captain America. Steve had it right. So here I am. And a lot of it, he's also looking for confirmation. Confirmation that it's okay for you to be Captain America. Even though Steve Rogers gave him that confirmation, he needed to find it with himself. Another thing that he struggled with is that Captain America and the Shield, its past isn't a great one for men of color. So I think he doesn't want to admit to himself that it's okay. Even though this happened to them, and even though it just was kind of a crappy situation for Captain America and Isaiah Bradley that it's okay to do it. Like, he even got that confirmation from Isaiah Bradley himself. So, he finally, like, I wish there was a way that it showed Steve as an old dude, or they keep saying this, like, thing that he's on the moon. I don't know if y'all caught that, but there's some times where someone will say something like, oh, maybe we need to get Steve Rogers back from the moon or something. I don't know. For some reason, he's on the moon. But it would be cool if there was a way that they could, like, at least talk to Steve Rogers, even if it's him, you know, as an old man, an old dude, and they let him know what they've discovered, let him know what they happened. Because I know Steve, like, Sam Wilson knows Steve Rogers didn't know. And so I think it's a lot of the part that he struggled with this season. And I know, like, being able to tell Steve Rogers about it and talking to him about it would be cool, but half the battle is trying to figure it out on his own, and that's one thing that all these shows have in common, is that they make these people figure it out on their own. When half the time you're like, can't you just call up so-and-so and ask him? So here's one of the things that I'm kind of confused on with this show, or with this season, is why they chose a young girl, Carly, as the leader of the flag smashers. Man, okay. Like, really bad. Anyway, so the leader of the flag smashers is originally, like, not a group. It's one man, and her plan with these politicians and to lock them up in armored cars and to kill them, honestly, is, like, in the way she even had, like, them distract Bucky. She was like, here, give him something to rescue, and went and tried to kill, like, politicians in an armored car. To me, that was more like of a Joker type feel, or a Joker type plan. If you think about it, Joker kind of does stuff like that with Batman. Like, here's a car full of people on the other side of Gotham. What car are you going to save? So that's why I'm so confused. Like, I'm not saying a woman wouldn't have been able to come up with a plan like that, or a woman wouldn't have been able to do anything, but, like, you would have taken it more of a badass threat, excuse my language, a badass threat, if it was a man. Like, you have these 3 grown men fighting a young woman who, yeah, she has superpowers, yeah, she took the serum, but I don't know. I think that's the only thing I could say that I didn't like about this, was that they chose a young girl to do this. She did a great job. I'm not saying anything bad about her or Carly or the Flag Smashers or anything like that. I just feel like, I don't know, it would have been more of even if it was a grown woman doing it, like, even if it was, like, you know, not some teenage looking girl, it was just confusing to me. But ultimately, her plan fails. She doesn't make it out of this episode alive. She does do the big reveal of Sharon Carter. So the big reveal, but not the big shocker, because we kind of saw this coming, is that Sharon Carter is the power broker. And the reason why I say I saw that coming is because I know a lot of people say that. They're like, you say that about everything. But I write things down on a piece of paper as I watch it. So, I have proof that I'm not just making this up, okay? I kind of saw it coming by the way she said she didn't want to be involved, but was involved. Like, she said she didn't want to go back to America, but all of a sudden she's back when they found Carly, and, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, she says, I don't want to be involved, but I'm going to keep my foot in this. So, yeah, they find Carly, and all of a sudden she's back in America, and she's using, I don't know if you guys pay attention to that either, she used Natasha Romanoff's, the Black Widow's, her, like, face-changing technology that they used in, I think it was Civil War. So she's using that technology, and she's in America, and she's helping take down Carly. I wish it showed more of Sharon Carter throughout the season, because even though she kind of turns into a bad guy, I love her. It makes you wonder how Peggy Carter, who is her grandmother, might feel about it. Like, Peggy Carter was a very proud American, very proud to help Captain America, Steve Rogers. And now you have Sharon Carter, who's her granddaughter, who's kind of like trying to take that all down. It also kind of disturbs me, if you really think about it, that Captain America, Steve Rogers, in Avengers Endgame goes back in time to be with Peggy Carter. And in Civil War, Sharon Carter and Steve Rogers kind of had a little connection. There. So would that make Steve Rogers her grandpa? Like, stuff like this lives rent-free in my brain, I'm telling you. But there's a scene where Carly talks to her, and Carly knows that she's the power broker, and Carly shoots Sharon in the side. Carly points a gun at Sam while they're talking, and Sharon Carter shoots Carly before Carly lets the cat out of the bag that Sharon is the power broker. And then we have Bucky. Oh, Bucky. Bucky Barnes. How much I love this guy. His smile, like that smile, just makes you like, oh, it just, he's just so cute. Anyways, I'm pretty sure he's my husband. He just doesn't know it yet. Yeah. He'll find out when I'm like, I keep hitting that. I'm sorry. He'll find out when he finds me like stalking him or something. But but it's so cute that he tries so hard. Like, it also shows the different personalities he has from Sam and Steve, and the reason why Steve didn't choose him. Like, Bucky's on the phone with Carly, and it's clear he does not know how to talk a person down from a hostage situation. And I guess, like, the whole show is about Steve choosing Sam, and no one ever really asked the question, why doesn't Steve choose Bucky? But I feel like the real reason is that they call Bucky broken, and he's got this, and it's not because he has a past of killing people and being Winter Soldier, and he has massive PTSD and all these things, and he's not a good guy, he's not a good man. It's just he's struggling and he's broken, and he has a moment of clarity when he marks all the people off his list and comes clean. Like, he gives his therapist the book with all the names scratched off as a gift. I really gotta be careful of that. I'm sorry. I wish this show showed a little bit more of Bucky, though. But I'll take what I can get. Hopefully there's going to be another season. Hopefully there's going to be more stuff. I mean, I know it shows Bucky and Sam, but I don't know. For some reason, I just felt like it lacked a Bucky. I don't know. I just felt like it focused more on Sam and less of Bucky, and only you got to see glimpses of. I don't know. It just left me wanting more of Bucky. So John Walker, good old John Walker, the bad guy you hate to love. Like, you love him, but you hate him, but you hate him, and you love him, kind of thing. All I have to say is, I knew it. If you listen to me throughout my podcast about this show, I kind of say things like, oh, I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to give it away. But I did a podcast about John Walker and who John Walker is, and I knew all along that, like I said, he's the bad guy you hate but love at the same time. And this whole season is about character development. And my theory, or my thing is, this is the build-up. Like, this season was actually a build-up for something else. I'm hoping Marvel has a bigger plan, has a bigger thing. And with John Walker's character development, he was a part of Sam's plan to become Captain America. In this episode, John Walker goes after Carly, but is faced with, do I help a bunch of politicians locked in a containment vehicle? Or do I kill Carly? Because he is set on killing Carly. He chooses to help. He chooses to help save the politicians. The same politicians who stripped him of his titles and was like, you are not Captain America. You're not serving this country anymore. Bye. But he ultimately saved them. In the end, it's Sam, John Walker, and Bucky fighting together to help stop Carly and many other obstacles along the way. He has a reveal of him being U.S. agent, Val, his new boss. She says the world is going to need a U.S. agent soon because things are about to get weird. Is that a Doctor Strange / Wanda / Scarlet Witch Easter egg? ? Will the U.S. agent be in a Doctor Strange movie? I mean, it's obvious they have a feature for him, and it's going to be weird. So, I don't know. When she said U.S. agent because things are about to get weird, I was like, why would things get weird? It just makes you think, I don't know. It made me think. But at the end of the episode, Sam gives a big speech. It gives everyone the feels. And it's his moment to say, I am Captain America. I am not a black Captain America. I am just Captain America. And it shows the title. It shows the title of the show changing to Captain America and the Winter Soldier. And you're like, yes! You just get this hyped feeling in your gut. You just get this, this hyped, yeah, that's what I call, a Dragon Ball Z moment where you're like, yes! So what is the future for the duo? From what I can tell, there is a season 2, but a lot of these seasons won't be until after the new Doctor Strange movie.
Hey nerds, I love helping you out. So I'm giving you a little tidbit on if you were wanting to start a podcast, I highly suggest you start it with Anchor. It's the easiest way to make a podcast, and let me explain. 1, it's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
So, does that include what my little, There's so many new things to talk about. I don't have an update with my school yet, even though I appealed what they tried to rule against me. But other new things to talk about. I finally watched the new Wonder Woman. I'll be doing a podcast about that. And I'll be talking about how Wonder Woman was created. Like I said, I am a beacon of useless information, okay? And one of the useless information that I know is how Wonder Woman was created. I can't tell you, timeline, this, but I so I'll definitely have to redo my research so I can plan it out more instead of using what I have in my head, if that makes any sense. But the history of Wonder Woman is a little more kinkier than you think. Just a teaser. Wonder Woman actually has some BDSM in her story. So look forward to that podcast. I know I probably just did a mind-blown what moment. But yeah, it's actually a good story. So I'm definitely going to be doing a podcast about that. The new Mortal Kombat is out. Mortal Kombat! Yeah. I have not seen it yet because I truly want to see it in theaters. I don't want to see it at home. I want to go to my favorite movie theater. I miss going to movie theaters. I miss having a huge screen and loud surround sound music. And if it's the one place, I want to go to my favorite movie theater, and that's Alamo Drafthouse. If, this is not an ad, I'm not sponsored. Cough, cough. Here's to, hoping, cough, cough. But I love Alamo Drafthouse, and I miss it. Like, that's the only reason I'm holding off watching this, because I need a day or a time. I'm going to take myself out on a date. That's the thing. I want to take myself out on a date. If you have not been to Alamo Drafthouse, their fried pickles are the best. Like, yeah, I'm obsessed with fried pickles, and I will judge a restaurant by their fried pickles, okay? So, like, if Alamo Drafthouse, to me, it's the only way to see a movie. You buy your seats, but it's more like a restaurant / draft house. They have cool events. For Star Wars Day, one year, they asked people, like, who wants a Star Wars wedding, and helped them with a Star Wars wedding. I was so bummed I was single. Like, I would have just grabbed a random man and been like, hey, we're getting married because I really want a Star Wars wedding. And Alamo Drafthouse, which is my favorite movie theater, is offering a Star Wars wedding. So you're stuck with me, bro. Like, I would have done it. I would have. Like, seriously, dudes, I'm handing out applications because I need a Star Wars wedding. Okay. I will leave a link to their website in my podcast description, just so that you can, like, if I don't know, if you guys ever want to check it out, or if you guys are like, ooh, that place does sound cool, you can go there. They have really cool, like, kids events and stuff for kids. But it's kind of more of like an adult, but like you can also get beer and cocktails, and sometimes they make like special cocktails for whatever movie's coming out. Sometimes they have like special menus for movies that are coming out. They have like sing-alongs where the whole theater is like a sing-along type thing, and I don't know, it's just really cool. But the one thing that's kind of bumming me out is I've heard mixed things about Mortal Kombat, but I feel like it's one of those things where you're gonna have to like watch it yourself and decide if you like it or not. So yeah, that is my podcast for today. If you like my podcast and would like to support it, I have a Ko-fi page. It's I'm leaving all the links and descriptions to stuff and things in the podcast description. I'm going to sign off here because I'm really starting to lose my voice, and it's like really starting to struggle after talking for like 20-30 minutes. I'm not exactly sure what time I'm at. But yeah, so look for all that stuff. I now have stickers and keychains. I'm sending those out today. If you want a sticker and a keychain, go to my Ko-fi page. Do a donation, and I'll send you a sticker and a keychain. What else? I really think that's it for right now that I can think of. I know I don't feel good, so I'm probably going to either listen back to this, or I'm going to like sit down and be like, oh, that's what I forgot. But stay frosty, my friends. Stay cool. Like, peace out, Girl Scouts. Have a great Monday.